what can you actually buy in Laverne? You're going to see what a $700,000 starter home looks like, all the way up to $2 million, $1.5+ million luxury home in a luxury community. And at the end, I'm going to show you a glimpse of what one of the newest communities that are being built here in Laverne. Luxury homes. That's what a lot of people want, including myself. So what is a luxury home? Depends on your market, but here in Laverne, typically it starts around $1.5 million. They're like 5 or 6 bedroom homes that have been built, maybe 10, 20 years ago. But in your neighborhood where you're from, it may be different. You might say, well, that's super duper expensive. We don't even have $1 million homes in my neighborhood. Or you may say, $1 million, that gets you like a 2-bedroom condo, because there's some markets that are like that. But here in Laverne, at least to get into these type of luxury homes, yeah, you're in that $1.5 million price range. So let's jump into where they're actually located here in Laverne. So here's the map. And as you can see, there is a cluster of homes that sell or for sale in that $1.5 million price range. And they're up north, closer to the foothills. Why there? Because there was more land and you get some amazing views when you're living there. I drove around that neighborhood, checked it all out. Yeah, great views, big old homes, private communities, gated communities. You have your pools in the back. You have, in this particular community, there's some tennis courts. It's gated. You need to have either a key fob or know the code to get in. It does add some more security, so it controls who can go in, who can go out. No one's driving through the neighborhood who really shouldn't be there for the most part. You're up on the hill, further away from the downtown city area, so there is like a natural buffer. You're not just going to have anyone just wandering around. These homes are about 3,000 to 6,000 square feet. So you have 4 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, 7 bedroom homes. Custom from how it's designed. You get, when someone buys a lot here, they get a custom builder. They build their home the way they like it. Architecture plans it out for them. The interior, if you're paying over $1 million for a house, yeah, you know that kitchen's going to be nice. Those bathrooms are going to be nice, flooring nice. Pool area, really nice as well. So those are the luxury homes. Not too many that come up for sale. There's usually only about like 2 or 3 for sale at any given time, especially in this market. Maybe in the future it might double, but Laverne's kind of a small community. It's a small town, so you're not going to have too much movement. Maybe every month about 30, 50 homes sell. So how many of those are going to be the ones that you're actually liking? And that's my next point. If you're looking for something in particular, go ahead and give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I'm a real estate broker here in the area. I can help you and guide you and find you the best home that fits exactly what you're looking for. So reach out. Now, who lives in these types of communities? Well, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your city, you have a luxury area. Luxury areas exist everywhere. And who typically lives there? Same people that live here. What do I mean by that? Doctors, lawyers, business owners, if you're a business owner who has a plumbing company and you're doing really well, boom, you're living in one of the best areas. If you're a high earner like doctors and attorneys, you're in there as well. And why do they pick those areas? Well, gated community gives you that sense of security. Laverne itself in this area, the schools are really good, 8, 9 out of 10 according to greatschools.com. You can see here they're highly ranked. And I was talking to someone over the phone that called me, and they said, I'm looking for a safe place where I could grow, my family can live, my kids can get a good education. And I'm like, wow, that's very unique. Not really. It's the same thing that everyone's looking for. Everyone's looking for that safe community so their family can live securely and their kids get a good education. And this pocket, this is where it exists. In fact, Laverne overall schools are really good. So anywhere you end up living in Laverne is going to be all right. So who else lives here? These homes are typically 2nd, 3rd, 4th purchases for a lot of the homeowners. What does that mean? A lot of people live like in LA in a 3-bedroom house. They sell that 3-bedroom house for $1.5 million. They take the money they earn from there and they put it towards this 6-bedroom house here in Laverne. So they're able to get more house for their money when they sell from there and move on over. So these are like move-up homes. These weren't their first homes for the majority of people. Now, if you're a fortunate person and you say, my first home is going to be one of the biggest luxury homes in Laverne, in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods, then good for you. But for the majority of them, you talk to most of the owners there, they say, did you sell your house to buy this one? And they're gonna say, yeah. Or they're gonna say, I rented it out and I borrowed the money out, whatever it is. They've owned before they're moving there. And that's what a lot of people do. They start out, they buy their first home, whatever, 2-bedroom condo, 3-bedroom, and then they upgrade, they sell that one to the next one, sell that one to the next one, and they keep upgrading. And then after a certain part, the kids leave, and then you need to start downgrading. You sell those $1.5 million homes, you move into a different part of the country, like North Carolina, and you buy your house for $400,000, and you still have $1 million left over for your retirement. That's a lot of people plan that way a lot of the times. And if you want more information on other towns and other areas here in Laverne, the Inland Empire, and this side of Los Angeles County, go ahead, like, subscribe, and watch the other videos that I have. I give a lot of information about what's going on, how it is to live out here. Like I said, I'm a real estate broker, so I'm at the forefront of knowing what the housing is around here. Next set of homes that we're gonna check out are what we consider move-up homes. Now that's my specialty. What's a move-up home? People who buy their first house, they put their down payment, 3.5% down payment, 5, maybe 10, and again, if they're fortunate enough, 20%, bigger down payment, right? So they buy their first house. Soon enough, after a few years, a lot of people outgrow it and they say, Oscar, I need more space. I have a bigger family now and we're just too much. For them, maybe their career is doing better and say, I can afford a bigger home. So what do? We sell that one and they buy the next one. And a lot of people are concerned, I don't want to sell this one and then not find my next one and end up with no house, or I can't sell this one or don't sell this one and I buy another one and now I'm stuck with 2 houses and 2 payments. Well, that's what they call me. That's why I specialize in this. I'm able to guarantee the sale of that one so they can buy the next one. So move up homes. Price range wise, they are like the $900 million to that $1.5, maybe $1.4 million price range. Now these move up homes, they're not in the gated communities, but they're in great communities to begin with. So you don't have any extra HOAs. You don't have that extra perceived security. I say perceived because I see a lot of people just drive right behind someone to get into the gated community, and anyone can do that, right? But either way, I still think it does bring extra security. So these move-up homes, they're 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, built 20, 30 years ago, some even 40 years ago, still well maintained. You have your decent lot size. In my opinion, I think these are great size homes. Anyone who ends up there in that move-up home and not move up to the luxury part, I think you're gonna have a great lifestyle. Why? Because you get all those great benefits of living in Laverne in a move-up home. Quiet community, great schools. Crime rate in Laverne overall is relatively low anyway, so you're gonna get to enjoy that. Now, a thing about Laverne is that everyone has their ring cams. And if you're walking through a neighborhood and one of those ring cams pick you up and they don't recognize you or they don't like how you're walking or whatever, yeah, expect a patrol car to be called and come by and ask you, hey, you need any help? You know what I mean? They're gonna investigate. So neighbors in certain neighborhoods, yeah, they see something on their ring cam, first call is to the station to see what's going on. So is that something that you like? Maybe. If you're saying, well, why don't you mind your own business? Just keep in mind, Laverne, that's how it's like. Now, I've seen that in most higher end neighborhoods. They do the same thing. They're just looking out for their own neighborhood. On homes that are less expensive, then you're not going to have as much, more renters and people that are moving in and out, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, when it comes to picking a neighborhood. Now in Laverne, where are these move-up homes located? Pretty much all over. You're always going to find a bigger home or the biggest home in a certain neighborhood. So they're all over. You just pick where neighborhood you want to be in and you'll find something that kind of matches what you're looking for when it comes up to a move-up home. You can see some clusters, but that's just like this month. Next month, you'll see clusters in other places. And if you drive around one neighborhood, it looks very similar to the rest. So you're not getting anything custom or specific. A lot of these homes, when they were built by like one builder, and they had like 4 different types for 100 homes. different colors and maybe different brick shapes or whatever, but they kind of all look the same. And like I said, if you're looking for something like that and you're moving up, like I said, I have that guaranteed offer. So I can guarantee to sell that home so you can buy the next one. I'm one of a few agents that offer that. You want to know how that works? Reach out to me. Or if you're just like, I want to know how I can seamlessly move from one to the other. Maybe you're not picking Laverne. Maybe you're not even picking California. But you say, Oscar, you're a real estate professional. What do you think I should do? Most places in the United States kind of work the same way. So I will give you some free advice on how to make that move nice and seamless. Now let's jump into starter homes. A lot of people want to move into Laverne, and this is going to be their first home. And they say, well, I want to live in Laverne. I want that to be my first home. We're relocating. We don't have a home. Well, we do have some cash to put down as a down payment. What am I looking at? Prices start at around $700,000 for like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Now, I know what you're saying. Just 1 bathroom. It's going to be a problem. Well, you can always add a half bathroom. We have the saying in real estate, with enough money, anything's possible. So keep that in mind. Don't just think it's stuck, but you can improve your home, right? Maybe a half bathroom or a full bathroom costs you another $5,000 to $10,000. That probably is like, well, that's better, that's cheaper than buying this $900,000 or $1 million home that has what I'm looking for. So you buy a $700,000 house, your first home, you move in there, you start building some equity. Where are they located? Now you're gonna notice that they're located in a certain part of the area, which is toward like the south side, towards downtown area. That's where you're gonna find these smaller homes. They are older and they have their own problems. I live in a house that's 100 years old, and we have problems all the time because it's an old home. It's a historic home. So anytime I want to upgrade something, I have to call the city and say, hey, I want to change the windows, and say, which windows? So it's a whole thing. So older homes have its own problems. Yes, they're less expensive to purchase. Why? Because everybody knows after you buy it, you're going to have to maintain it. Maintain something. Maybe those owners were deferring some maintenance. Well, you're going to have to fix that. Maybe you're on a raised foundation. What does that mean, right? So those are what those starter homes look like. And these are the areas, and they're pretty okay. A lot of people who live here, they maintain their homes really well. Now, you're going to find some rough ones every once in a while. You say, well, Oscar, 700 is still a lot, or I need 4 bedrooms. What are my other options? You can look into condos and townhomes. Now, the condos and townhomes, they have their pros and cons. And the biggest con, I got to say, is the homeowners association. What is that? That's like an extra set of rules that all the owners have to follow, and you have to pay them. Now, the money, where's it go to? The trash collection, the water, the maintenance, to fix the community pool, things like that. But they have rules. You can't maybe put plants in front of your door. Say, no, you can't do that. I was at an association once, and they said only 1 door camera. So you can't have more cameras for your own sense of security. Only 1. No outdoor cameras at all. And those were their rules. Other areas, they're like, yeah, put as many cameras as you want, as long as it doesn't disturb anyone. So HOAs, they have their own rules. Now, I like to think that everyone lives in an HOA, because you just can't build whatever you want anywhere you want. The building department, the planning department, the zoning department, code enforcement of the city is going to come down on you for you just doing whatever you want. So this one's just an extra layer. So if you live in a community, you want to paint your exterior hot pink, they're going to say, no way. First of all, you can't paint the exterior at all. Or they may say, second of all, definitely you can't pick one of those colors. You have to pick one of these 5 colors so it can match, And that might be good for you. You might say, I like these type of rules. I don't want to live in a neighborhood where everyone just does whatever they want. And you have their parked cars and their front lawns that they're working on for years. Maybe you don't want that. Some people have neighbors that say they paint their house yellow and pink and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I don't like that. So just keep that in mind. These areas, these condos, these townhomes, they're more affordable. They're less expensive to purchase because you don't get as much land. That's really what it is. Here in Southern California, land, very expensive. So if you live in a condo and a townhome, well, you just have where you live. That's it. You do have access to like the community areas. That is part of yours, but it's part of everyone else's, but it's not private, right? So those are the downfalls of it. But at least you own something, you buy something, and then that way you build your equity. When it's time and you're ready, when it makes sense to you, you sell that one and you buy and you upgrade. Again, if you want. There's a lot of people that are just happy there and saying, no, this is great. And it's close to my job, it's close to the schools, I like it. They never move, and that's fine, right? Or if you say, well, I want more space, I want to upgrade, do that, you know? So just know that it is a stepping stone. Now, Laverne has one new community being built of townhomes. This is where it's located. It's still being built. Here are the price ranges, and I drove through it. Looks good. My only concern is that it's on a really busy street. I'm not a big fan of busy streets because you got traffic going in and out. And if you're on these if you're on the street facing side of these condos, yeah, you're gonna hear those cars driving by. And personally, I don't like that. Maybe you don't have an issue with that. So this is something you may wanna check out, a new community. Why do people buy new community homes? Why do people buy new homes and new constructions? Zero maintenance for the first few years. Well, not really zero, but minimal maintenance the first few years. That water tank is gonna be good. You shouldn't have any issues with that. Here in California, anytime you buy something new, the builders have to warranty your property for a certain amount of years. So at least if anything pops up, you can call the builder and say, hey, this is messed up, come fix it, you know? So if you're buying a new construction, here in California, keep that in mind. After you move in, you're gonna wanna do an inspection, maybe about 10 months since you live there, to make sure that everything is done the way it's supposed to be, that nothing new, no issues have popped up. And if they have, you can get the builder to fix it immediately. Now, if you wanna know what it's like to live in a particular neighborhood, I did a video what it's like to live in Old Town Laverne. Go ahead and check it out. And if you want more info on what to purchase out here and you need help buying something, go ahead and give me a call. I'm a real estate broker here in the area, and I'll talk to you guys soon.